This here. Let's take this here. Let's share the screen. And lastly, let's put the camera on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is it today? Is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday today? I totally lost track of time. I think it's Tuesday today. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me say hello to everybody. Good to see you all. We got John, we got Vertuvian, we got hold on a second. Look really yellow here. Hold on. Oh, that's better. Look less yellow. Ali, Tom, Glenn, Robert, Mark, Dave, Ivano, Devin, Vernon, Armolfo, Vertuvian, John, Joe, Mark Torres, Glenn, Tom, Ali, Dr. Serena, good morning to you. Dave, Penny, David, Dave, Alexander, good morning, Alexander. Debbie, Piet DeBrock, Ray, JB, Wade, Lydia, Texas Kirk is in the house. Rich, Beam Clay, hey, Beam Clay, Terrence, Gustavo, Rosalind, Thomas, Roddy, Dave, Steven, Eagle Beagle, good morning, Eagle Beagle, Jody, Manuel, Richard, different Richard, got a lot of Richards here. William, Dom, Clyde, Charlie Clyde. Let me say hello to everybody here. We got a lot of people here. We got Kevin, Timothy, Colleen, Kanaka, Stacy, Richard from Puente Gorda, Ricky, Michael, Kanaka, Patrick, Kevin, Eduardo, Anthony, Don, William, Charlie, Eagle Beagle, Brian, Liberty, Sassy Trainer, Delbert, Todd, Raj, Keong, Rebecca, Pops, Naples fan, Darren, good morning. Can you guys tell me? I'm going to post good morning in the chat. I want to see if you guys could see it or not, okay? Let me know if you guys could see it. Good morning from Roger. Can you guys let me know if you see it? I want to see it. If not, I'll switch to a different view. Just let me know if you could see that or not. Good morning, Cam. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Darren. Because yesterday I was posting links and no one could see it till I switched to a different channel. So I want to make sure you guys could see them. Let me know if you could see me posting good morning. Good morning. You can't. Okay, good. Let me go ahead and switch it to a different. Account, and you guys will be able to see it. YouTube. Here. Roger Scott. And you guys should be able to see me live right now. And now I should be able to communicate with you guys. I'm going to try it one more time. Give me 1 second here. All right, now I'm going to try it one more time. Good morning, everyone. Let me know if you guys could see that. Okay? Okay, cool. All right, good. All right, we're cooking with gas. All right. Perfect. This way, when I post something to you, you guys will be able to see it. Okay? But at least I know what the problem is. Yep, Palantir up after earnings. So let's start with, and I don't want to jump around, so I want to kind of cover everything in detail today. So let's get into it. Good morning, JT, Deanna, Eduardo, Robert, Patrick, Ivano. Good morning, everybody. We got 261 people here. Please post a thumbs up if you don't mind. I would really appreciate it. And now I could post things for you guys. So as you can see here, S&P's up just a couple of points. NASDAQ is up pretty good. I mean, if you want to call this pretty good, this is random. I'm picking right now. And the Dow's down about 50 points. We have divergence between the Dow and the NASDAQ. Also, while I was looking at my list of stocks, there was too many stocks to the downside that looked good, which is not a good thing. Usually, if I have trouble or if I'm struggling to pick stocks from one side or another, that means it's pretty dry. This morning, the The short side was very, very fertile, very, very fertile. Matter of fact, I probably could have given you twice as many picks as I've given you. So there's a lot to choose from to the downside, and I'll show you. Momentum is now favoring here for the first time in a long time. We now have 138 stocks breaking down, which is not significant. That's a very low amount. But look at the number of stocks breaking out to the upside, only 75, including ETFs, and 138, which is clearly telling us that momentum is starting to favor the short side of the market. If I'm a long holder of Palantirs today at day two gains and wait for consolidation, Travis, yes. The answer is yes. The best advice would have been not to hold Palantir. You took a big gamble. Palantir could have gone against you big time. So I don't recommend holding stocks through earnings because earnings is a binary event. If I haven't proven that to you guys, I don't know. I mean, this year, I don't know what else. Think about it. How many stocks outperformed earnings and opened down the next day? How many stocks outperformed earnings and opened up big time? And it's a binary event. You're reliant on them outperforming EPS, outperforming revenue, the forward-looking statement being good, and Wall Street approving it. That's a lot of things to be able to get right. That's like 1 in 20% versus 50-50. You're better off gambling on not earnings, okay? Good morning, Richard, Cheryl, Dr. Serena, good morning, Pete 007, good morning. It's the go-to morning channel. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So let's continue. I have a lot to talk about today. But my point is that things are not as peachy as they look. And also 44 points up and less than 4 points up on the S&P is not a huge move. So my point here is be very careful today. We're not out of the danger zone just yet. Okay. We are not out of this danger zone. And as a matter of fact, and again, I don't want to get too deep into this, but there was no finality to yesterday's decision. All we did was push the can for another month, which means there's going to be more price discovery as opposed to certainty, which leaves us in a position where we have to deal with the moving target for one more month, which is not a good thing. That increases the amount of uncertainty and causes the VIX to be higher. So our president and Canada and Mexico really didn't do us a favor yesterday by not coming to set terms. I don't believe they will be able to come to set terms that will be satisfactory to both parties a month from now. That's just my 5 cents. And things are only heating up with China right now, so things are not really getting great. Okay, things are not. Richard says, if there's one important thing I have learned is to take your profits at the high of open. You can always find a new entry. Folks, gaps are a gift. Gaps are a gift. You can always get back in later. Stop thinking all or nothing. Think fluid. You can always get back in. You can get back in 5 seconds later. Okay? All right. Wait for the high, the morning range to break out, and you can get in again one more time. There's no law against it, okay? Jolts report is coming out at 10 a.m. today. We got factory orders and Jolts. We will not be doing any trading till 10 a.m., and we have 3 Fed speakers. I cannot wait to hear what they have to say. Also, I will be live for my last seasonality class today at 1 o'clock, and I'll be giving you tickers left and right, okay? Don't miss out. I will be in my VIP room at noon today, and I have an education session about market internals. A lot of folks wanted me to teach about market internals. So I'm going to talk about market internals. I'm going to talk about the Vold. I'm going to talk about Trin, and I'm going to talk about Tick, and I'm going to give you guys a history lesson. Triple tomfoolery. And let me give you a link to Customer Service Live, too, because you can't get anything done without going to the Cam and Gustavo show. Let me give you that right now. Nothing good happened. And by the way, I will be live. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. I will be at the VIP room live tomorrow for 1 hour before. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you here. Appreciate you being here. And I'll be live at the I'll be live in the why is this so difficult? Customer Service Live. I'll be live tomorrow, Customer Service Live at 11 a.m. And I'll remind you tomorrow morning as well. I'll be talking about Richard says, "Oh my God, so funny you say that. I was just studying the ad this morning." Yep, tick, trin, and ad. I will be discussing them. At noon today. You don't want to miss out. I use this for a lot of my market internals and a lot of the S&P trades. So I'll be talking about that extensively, and I want to give Matt a little session. I want to, my assistant Matt, I want to get him a little more familiar. He's very familiar with Volt, but I want to get him a little more familiar with Tick and Trin because I tend to use them a lot for the S&P stuff. So I'm going to talk about that I'll be talking about that at noon today. And again, here's the link, VIP room. Here's the link. Don't miss out. Yeah, in the future, if you guys can't see when I post stuff, just say like you did yesterday, and I'll switch it because there's a reason for that. And again, where did I put customer service live? I don't think I did yet. Let me post that. Here's customer service live, Cam and Gustavo show. I accidentally posted VIP room. Let me post customer service live here. Oh. Cam, you and I talk a lot. I'm looking for, here it is. I found it. Here's customer service live. Here it is. I found it. I'll repost it in our chat right now. Once again, there we go. Cam and I have a system. Thank you, Vertuvian. I appreciate it. So yeah, please don't go hot and heavy today. We have a huge amount of uncertainty, and the Dow is not up, and the S&P and the Nasdaq is not up over 150 points. This is very random, and the Dow is diverging from the Nasdaq, and the S&P is now flat. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. Please, 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 please don't go hot and heavy making big trades. Don't. Keep your powder dry. And please don't do anything till 10 a.m. today minimum, which we never do anyway, and let's take profits. Rebecca says, I'll have to make sure I'll watch it later. I volunteer with the vets today. Good for you, Rebecca. My wife volunteers at the Children's Hospital with Harry. He's a service dog. So I think she's going there today. I'd love to make Clyde a service cat, but I don't think there's such a thing as a cat Anyways, earnings. If you guys know of any of these earnings that have already come out, please give me a heads up. This is a great time to chime in. I believe Pepsi came out already. It was with negative, and Pepsi's looking bad. Consumer staples are looking bad. You got AMD, you've got Google, you got Pfizer, you got Snap, you got Chipotle. Yes, Chipotle. Pepsi, Merck, Amgen, Spotify. I'm very interested in Spotify. Now, Snap is an interesting one because the implied volatility on Snap is really high, almost 19%. So please let me know if you've already seen any of these come out, okay? I'll have to watch the replay. Do I use them? Ray and I are going to Chinese New Year's lunch with current. Ooh, nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Penny, let me know how that goes. Yeah, let me know if they already came, if you guys already know their earnings and if they're up or down. This is a good time to chime in because I have not had a chance. Clyde has attitude. Yeah, he does. He does. Spot already came out. Well, if you guys know if they came out good or bad, this is a good time to talk. This is a good time to chime in. Spot definitely came out. Well, let me know if you guys know of any of them. But my point is we have a lot on our plate. Now, Google is a tier one. This is a FANG stock. AMD is not a FANG, mega cap. AMD is not a mega cap, but I think everybody here knows by now and appreciates the impact that AMD has on the market, okay? Also, Amgen is a big stock. Merck is a big stock. PayPal is a very important stock for that sector that I'm really bullish on this year, which is financial tech. And Spotify is in that same ballpark, consumer discretionary financial tech. I'm very interested in Spotify and seeing if it's going higher, way up. Okay, good. Way up, good. PayPal revenue, nice. Beat, very nice. But PayPal is down, huh? Spot is up $47. Pfizer beat expectations. Okay. So far things are not looking too bad from what I can gather. Okay. All right. And I'll have more of this later on today. And remember, tomorrow you got MSTR, you got Uber, Ford, not good with all of this mishigas on tariffs, Disney, ARM, that's a semiconductor, and Qualcomm. And by the way, Nvidia is breaking down, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. That's not good. Good. PayPal, good. Earnings list for this week once again. Yeah, I could post it right now. Sure. Here you go. There you go. Now, you see, this is a perfect example. Roger, I trade earnings. Why shouldn't I trade earnings? Look, PayPal beat earnings, right? And it's down 6%. You see that? That's you can't don't earning. The only thing to do on earnings is time spreads, and I haven't seen too many good opportunities just yet. Okay, Sylvian told me what I wanted to see. PayPal down 6%, Pepsi down 2%, Spot up 8%, Merck down 8%. Wow. Okay, so it's pretty mixed. Thank you, Sylvain. That's what I had in mind. Thank you for making it. That's the format I like, guys. You see the format Sylvain gave it to me in? If you guys want to help out, give me stuff, earnings like Sylvain just gave me. That's very helpful because then I don't have to read into it. I can just see it. Thank you, Sylvain. Sylvain, you're my unofficial assistant today. Thank you. Thumbs up for Sylvain. Thank you, Sylvain. That's exactly what I had in mind. That's the format I had in mind. All right. All right. All right, let's put everything together and we'll break it down again, okay? So did Wi-Fi went down even after good earnings. Folks, unless you're gambling. Now, look. Nothing wrong with gambling. There's nothing wrong with gambling at all. Honestly, I don't have like a problem with gamblers. Just say it's a gamble. That's all. If it's a gamble, it's a gamble. And then identify it and trade it like a gamble. And then there's no problems. But don't try to bring gambling into trading. If you wanna bet a couple of $100 on an earnings trade in the hopes that it'll make you 300-400% like a lottery ticket, beautiful. Treat it like a lottery ticket. That's fun. Trading should be fun. There's nothing wrong with that. I do it sometimes. I don't do it often. I really don't. Matt does it all the time. I'm not a big gambler. I hate gambling. Okay. It's never been something that was part of me. The only reason I would gamble would be to make money, to count cards. I wouldn't gamble it's not entertaining for me to gamble. But there's nothing wrong with gambling. There's nothing wrong with gambling as long as you identify the trade as a gamble and you don't learn anything from it. Basically, I'm just gambling. This is what it is. And I'm not going to make a trading system out of this. That's great. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. But don't confuse profitable, consistent trading with gambling, okay? There are no professional traders that I've never met in my life who trade earnings professionally. They gamble on them, but they don't trade them professionally, okay? There's no such thing as a short squeeze, Carlos, on large cap stocks. You can only short squeeze a small stock. Okay, you can't short squeeze a big stock. It's not really something that happens. And there was no high option liquidity on it anyway. Mark fell. All right, so far things are not looking all that. They're mixed. They're mixed. U.S. job openings today, comments from Fed officials, corporate earnings. We got a lot of stuff today. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff going on. The S&P is, and remember, anything below 150 here and here is random. So this is just random nonsense. There's nothing here to hang our hats on, so to speak. Stock futures initially moved lower after China retaliated to new U.S. tariffs. China's Customs Tariff Commission of the State Council announced on Tuesday that it will impose 15% tariff on U.S. coal and natural gas, 10% tariff on crude oil, agricultural machinery, large displacement vehicles, and pickup trucks. Okay? Very, very important. And pickup trucks. China said it would launch an antitrust probe into Google. Not good. This marked the resumption of a trade war between the two world's largest countries, though China's response was restrained at this time. In regards to the tariffs yesterday, in regards to China, in regards to Canada and Mexico, I think that we're getting screwed left and right. Why? Because both Canada and Mexico agreed to do what they did yesterday before Trump did this whole dog and pony show or whatever. They agreed to do it in December. Everything that Mexico and Canada agreed to yesterday under the threat of tariffs, they agreed to before the threat of tariffs. So yesterday's whole market movement was completely unnecessary, and all it did was confuse people, increase volatility, and give our president the feel that he accomplished something. But let's just keep it between us. Both Mexico and Canada agreed to do exactly what they did yesterday back in December. Okay, just so we all know. So we're all on the same page here. Okay, so absolutely nothing got accomplished yesterday that wasn't accomplished in December before Trump flexing his muscle. Moderna sank over 7%, was the top percent loser on the S&P as vaccine makers retreated amid expectations that vaccine skeptic Kennedy Jr. would be appointed to lead the U.S. Department of Health and Human. So far, his confirmation hearings have gone horrible. Auto stocks dropped after President Trump announced tariffs on U.S. imports from Canada, Mexico, and China. Tesla sliding more than 5%, and General Motors falling over 3%. That's not unexpected. And by the way, for those of you who think still that Tesla's correlated to solar stocks, Tesla has a huge correlation to General Motors. Huge correlation to General Motors. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing was negotiated. There hasn't been anything negotiated, but Trump. But I know that both Canada and Mexico agreed back in December to do exactly what they did. I remember reading about it, and it wasn't good enough, but now it is, I guess. So I'd like to see how it all resolves, but this uncertainty is not really good for us. Okay, it's not good. It's very bad for the markets. Very bad for the markets. ISM manufacturing rose 50, stronger than expected. January PMI was revised higher, really, really good. Construction spending rose a little bit. This is my entertainment for the day. Now let's see what Goolsby had to say. Now keep in mind, the Fed less than 3 months ago raised rates lowered rates half a basis points, and then they doubled down on it again at a quarter of a basis points less than 3 weeks ago. Now let's see what he has to say about it now. Central banks should be more cautious in reducing borrowing costs due to increased uncertainty stemming from the Trump administration. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question. Did he not know 3 months ago that Trump was going to be elected and that we were going to have, and that Trump was going to do all of this? We knew about it. Did he not know about it? The Trump tariffs are having an effect on a lot of companies. Healthcare and parts of manufacturing get slapped around. That's right. Yeah, how about hey guys, how about some more thumbs up? Let's see how many thumbs up I got here on mine. Let's see what we got here. Yep, 163 and only 490 people in the room. Look at that. Yeah. What they're having an effect on is they're confusing the hell out of this market. But let's talk about Goolsby. Did Goolsby not know all of this was going to happen? We knew about it. We were talking about it every single day here. But now he's blaming it on Trump. Now we've got to be a little more careful and more prudent of how fast rates can go down because there are risks that inflation is about to start kicking back up again. Did he not know about this 3 months ago? Did Trump not talk about tariffs for as long as I can remember? Did we not know that the new administration was going to do this? Is there anything here that he did not know? You see? To me, this sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Bullshit. Now we've got to be a little more careful. So you did not know we were going to have a trade war with China and that Trump wanted to do tariffs and you did not know about this? Well, we did. All you had to do was not do anything, Goolsby. All you had to do was not do anything. So they're trying to pass the buck here. They're trying to pass the buck. By the way, that's the first time we're hearing Trump administration by the Fed. Okay? Yeah. Like, you did not know about this? You did not know that we were going to have Trump as the president when you lowered rates quarter of a basis point after he took office already? You did not know about this? You did not know that Trump wanted to do tariffs? Well, we all did. If you did not know about this, then you're a moron, Goolsby. All right. Bostic stated that he wants to wait before lowering rates again. Well, why? Why do you want to wait? What has changed in the last 3 months, Goolsby, Bostic? Given the uncertainty surrounding the direction of the economy. What was the, you mean you didn't know about this 3 weeks ago when you lowered rates, you moron? Hey guys, did anything change in 3 weeks? Has anything changed in 3 weeks? I mean, seriously, tell me what changed in the last month? Is this like now, in all fairness to Trump, he's been very consistent. He's been talking about this for months. We've been talking about tariffs now for months. Months. Of course they all knew. What a crock of nonsense. There's no urgency for making adjustments. Then why did you have to lower interest rates 3/4 of a basis point before the new president took office when he told you don't lower rates? Shame, 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 shame on you. There's a yeah, this is just a bunch of bullshit. First, they're acting like what? What? We didn't know what? Trump was going to be president? He was going to do what? Huh? Tariffs? What are tariffs, huh? Come on, don't play stupid. Don't play stupid, okay? They're just playing stupid here and trying to cover their ass. And I hate when people play stupid. Nothing rubs me more the wrong way when people play stupid. Just admit you screwed up. You screwed up. You screwed up more than you could ever imagine. You lowered rates 3/4 of a basis points 6 to 9 months before you needed to do so. And me and everybody else was telling you exactly the same thing. All right? Right. Thank you. Now, you guys know we were all talking about this nonstop. No, all they had to do was not take any action. Okay. 86% chance that no rate change is going to happen, more like 150% chance. We've got a lot of stocks, folks. These are heavyweights. What's also really important about this earnings that you see today is this. Fred says Tesla rode the EV, then the AI wave. Kathy Woods pumping robotaxi. Tesla always seems to be fitting into the current narrative. Fred, I like Tesla and Kathy Woods just about the same, and I think they're both a bunch of clowns. Okay, I think Elon Musk is a brilliant marketer. Okay, I think he is a brilliant marketer, beginning, middle, and end. Brilliant. I think he's one of the best marketers that this world has ever seen, and he's doing an amazing job of spinning and spinning and spinning. Here's the problem I have with Tesla. And I'm going to tell you exactly the same thing I told you a year ago. And I'm going to tell you exactly the same thing I told you 2 years ago. 15 years ago, when Tesla came out, it was wow, this is new and amazing. Now, in 2025, when Toyota, Ford, Cadillac, and every manufacturer has a competitor, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to tell you another thing, okay? And I've never told you guys this before, but I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? Remember when Elon Musk said that the current technology that he has on current Tesla cars right now will be able to sustain itself for self-driving cars, which means if you want a self-driving car, all you will have to do is change the software in your cars. Last week, Elon Musk said that is not going to happen. If you want a full self-driving car, you're going to have to buy a new Tesla. The existing technology that Tesla has is not going to support full self-driving cars. And that's a big, big bullshit lie that he's been telling people for years. And I'd love for you to tell me that I'm wrong. All right? I'm trying to figure out what it is, Kevin, at this point. The only thing that separates Tesla from the crowd is self-driving. And Brian, it's not a full self-driving. That's the thing. And he came out last week and said, well, we thought we'd be able to make self-driving on our platform, but we can't. And that's something he's been promising folks for years now. Okay? All right. All right. Manuel says couldn't agree with you more, knows to be influential. Exactly. Yeah, I know I'm right again, and I don't want to be right. See, here's the thing. I don't have any political ties to anybody. I'm just telling you the truth. Brian says Hyundai self-driving is almost ready for prime time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, newer hardware. Yes, Kevin, newer hardware that you cannot put in newer cars. You can't use. He came out and said last week you cannot use full self-driving cars with our technology. Okay, period. I don't want to argue about this. All right, a marketer. All right, marketer, big marketer. All right, job openings coming out today, factory orders coming out today. Europe is up very little. Europe is not up a lot. A big factor of how much we're going to, a big factor is going to be how European stocks reacted to the good news yesterday. Well, how did Europe react to no tariffs for 30 days in Canada and Mexico? Barely up. Not good at all. Concerns about potential trade war between US and China kept sentiment subdued. That's what the market is dealing with right now. Okay, so we got to be really careful. We got to be really careful. And by the way, guys, remember, what's my top stock for 2025? Tesla. Do you see? I don't let my opinions get involved with the technicals. What did I say? As long as he's still friends with Trump, Tesla's going to do really well. They did really bad on their earnings, and what happened to the stock? The stock rallied, okay? Japan ended higher, partially rebounding from yesterday's slump. U.S. President Trump agreed to delay the start of tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada. Auto stocks, which took a hit in the previous session, outperformed on Tuesday. Financial stocks advanced. I'm also looking at U.S. financial stocks today. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. It's okay to disagree, you know? Capability supporting by hardware. Hardware is also known as, okay, all right. What is the point to not drive your own car? What you're going to do in the car? Sleep? Mark, yes, a lot of people want to sleep in a car while they drive or work or do other things. There's a lot of reasons for self-driving cars. That doesn't make it. What you're saying, Mark, makes no sense. Palantir did well. SMCI, this is very interesting. The stock is up 6% because they're going to provide us with a business update. Meanwhile, this company cannot find an accountant. They cannot find an accounting firm to help them. Okay? They cannot find a CPA. Nobody wants to touch them, but they're going to provide a business update, and the stock is up 6%. That's Wall Street for you. A business update. That's all they're going to do, provide a business update. Yes, or what if you're too old to drive? Like my parents in 10 years, I'm going to take their driver's license away when they're going to be in their mid-80s. Maybe. They're still in their mid-70s. But yeah, I mean, there is a huge market for how about taxis? No. There's a huge mark. There's a huge market for that. Yeah. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree, folks. I mean, we're not disagreeing about technical analysis. We're just disagreeing about the future of Tesla. That's okay. That's fun. Tesla down 2% pre-market. Company reported weaker. I'm not happy about any consumer staples. I like financials. I like financial tech. I don't like consumer staples right now. Way too much uncertainty with consumer staples in light of this whole Canada, Mexico, and China thing. Huge uncertainty. Earnings, we've already covered this. If you don't have this because you came in late, let me give this to you right now. Yeah, theoretically, if you have self-driving cars and everybody follows the rules of the road, you're not going to have any traffic accidents. Think about what I just said. Hypothetically, if everybody follows the rules of the road via electric cars, you won't have any auto accidents. If you don't have any auto accidents, do you know how much less traffic you're going to have? How much less dying you're going to have? Drunk drivers. I mean, it's amazing. Healthcare. I'm neutral on healthcare. Healthcare is not going to be impacted by tariffs. Good. Eagle Beagle, send me. I'll take a look at it. But thank you for the heads up. I appreciate it. Good. Thank you, Eagle Beagle. I appreciate that. All right, let's talk technicals. Let me give you links. So I'll be talking at 1 o'clock today, and I'll be giving you my seasonality play. Richard says it would be interesting to see how insurance companies will see self-driving cars. They're going to give you a discount. They're going to give you a discount, Richard. Self-driving cars are amazing. Yeah, your rates will go down substantially, substantially. Oh, listen. Let me tell you something, guys. I think self-driving cars are the best thing since sliced bread. Please don't get me wrong. I just don't see absolutely anything special about the company that was supposed to be the innovator of those cars 15 years later. I'm seeing everybody else copy them and do a just as good of a job. I mean, my wife is talking about that new Cadillac. I don't know the name of it, but she keeps talking about it. It's not a Tesla. She keeps talking about a solar Cadillac. Think about it. Those two words shouldn't be in a sentence together. Solar Cadillac? But here we are. Patricia says, I saw Jeff Brown in the new Tesla truck, blindfold and hands behind back in freeway changing lanes. Yep. And you can build on parking lots. That's right. That's right. Self-driving cars is amazing technology. All right. So that's that. My VIP room. Here's my VIP room. Link. And let me give you customer service live. Yeah, it's okay to disagree, guys. It's okay. It is the market. 50% of people will take the other side of the trade. All right, crypto, Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke down yesterday, but closed above the 50-day moving average. I want to show you something interesting. Remember, I've been telling you that the correlation between the stock market and Bitcoin is very, very strong. Look at the spider. This is Bitcoin. This is the SPY. Right at the 50-day moving average, exact pattern. Look, can you tell the difference? What does that mean, Roger? What it means is that all the cowboys who've been trading Bitcoin in the last couple of years are going to mellow out, and Bitcoin is not going to be the crazy asset it once was. It's going to become a very conservative part of the economy, which will completely turn off all the cowboys who wanted to trade it because they had huge moves, because they had the privacy, because the government didn't touch it, because of all of that. It now has all of that. And it is now a counter-trending asset. Penny says, my husband and I were given a ride in Tesla over an hour at night on narrow, winding black road. Tesla amazingly did all no hands. Yep. Yeah. But that's not considered self-driving. Yeah. It's all great. But again, other cars can do all that. So again, you see how Bitcoin is doing exactly what the SPY is doing? Now, when I said that a year ago, I was getting just as much flack from you guys as I was getting about Tesla right now. But now nobody seems to be arguing with me. Do you remember when I talked about tariffs 2 months ago? Half the people here wanted to throw me out of their computer. Here we are. And yes, Bitcoin is now trading exactly like the S&P 500. So all those crazies who used to trade Bitcoin and who used to be Bitcoin experts and specialists, they're now going to have to become stock market specialists because Bitcoin and the S&P 500 are becoming amazingly correlated with each other. Okay? All right. Very important. Very, very important. We got almost 600 people here. Please post a thumbs up. Let's see how many thumbs up we got. 217, 570 people in there. Yeah, be safe, Penny. Be safe. US dollar, what's the US dollar doing? It's not doing anything. Yesterday tried to rally. Today it's flat. It's right at the 8-day EMA. The question is this going to make another high or are we going to go lower? If we peaked out here, if this is a peak on the dollar, and if we go lower and if that's the high, that's really, really going to be good for interest rates, which have been going higher till today. Interest rates are down. The bond market is down almost a full basis point today. And we are at very important VWAPs. Now, we went to the 50-day moving average, which I told you we would at a pretty straight line. But the problem is we haven't been able to break it. And as soon as we went to the 50-day, we bounced. See how the wick almost touched it and we bounced back and now we're all the way down here? So the question is going to be, is this going to be a pullback like we saw here and the VWAPs are going to hold and we're going to go straight up today? Or are we going to break down today? Which is what, hey, Moondog, welcome. Which is why today you're going to be keeping an eye on the bond market and seeing if the bond market, if this is the low, and if we're going to be coming back up, which will relieve some pressure from the US stock market, or if the bond market is going to break down and come down here, okay? Gold right now is still near all-time highs. Why? Because the US dollar is softer. If the US is softer, gold is going to continue moving higher. I told you that I'm bullish on gold from this point on. As soon as we started breaking the upside, we bounced at the 8-day EMA yesterday, went higher and went higher again. And I'm hoping this is the end of the rally in US dollar and things will cool off. So the key level to watch on the US dollar is whether we break above this bar right here, which is at 109.88. Good morning, Solaire. Scampy, that's above my pay grade. So again, my biggest concern with electric cars is the battery. I think once they get the battery going, everything will fall into place. I think that will happen once we start using nuclear energy. So again, I'm hoping that this is a point of support for the bond market, and this is the low. Please, 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 please keep your eye on the bond market throughout the day and see if this starts rallying or if this starts coming down. And if you see the bond market just sitting here doing nothing, that means volatility is going to be very muted in the market today. Okay? Right here. So be careful. Be very, very, very cautious. Okay? Crude oil. Crude oil is breaking down. I think that regardless of this trade war, the days for crude oil going up is over. I think one of the factors is the fact that US dollar is slightly muted and the fact that gold is making higher highs. Plus, I believe we are going to start drilling more in the US. And this trade war does not impact oil nearly as much as we would have expected. So I think the oil market's going to go down, which is really good for travel, airlines, transports, cruise ships, and so to speak. But this looks like a descending triangle. What I'd like to see is break the 100-day line. More likely than not, we're going to stay within this range between 74 and 67 for the foreseeable future. Not seeing any major moves on crude oil for the foreseeable future. Okay. China tried to rally, couldn't even come up to these levels with the latest rally. Looks like the peak. I want to see if this bar takes out this high. If not, this will probably come down or continue consolidating. Volatility. I warned you yesterday that the levels to watch is whether we're going to go up or down. And I told you that more likely than not, we're peaking out at this level yesterday. We're now below 18. The question is, are we going to go back up above 19 or are we going to go into the 16 level? My suggestion today would keep a very close eye on the bond market and volatility. If volatility continues breaking down and going towards 15, it'll be a very, very good sign for the market. On the other hand, remember, this is random. 50 points on the NASDAQ, 50. This is just noise. The market has no idea what to do with itself right now. Okay? Tech does need a lot of improvement. Yes, it needs a lot of improvement. A lot of improvement. And it shouldn't take 15 years to get there. All right. So volatility, we're looking for a resistance at 1876 and support at 1650. We're looking for the bond market to break these two levels and start coming down below 86.55 on TLT, or make this a low, which I think it's going to do, and start coming back up today. But it has to get above the 8-day EMA. Okay? Very, very important. What about momentum levels? Well, we finally have 138 stocks breaking down. Yesterday, we were at 55. We finally have some downside pressure. As I mentioned, as we go through some stocks right now, I had no problem finding stocks too short. It was effortless today. Sometimes I can just throw a dart and I'll find the perfect stock. It was very easy to find stocks breaking down. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is this. Look at the first stock making a 90-day low. NVIDIA, yes, that's what I'm talking about right now. So you see NVIDIA, that's huge market cap in there. Look at SMH. What happened when we went to that 265 area and we broke through? We broke through for one day. For one day. We couldn't even close. We closed there for one day and ba-boom. Notice we haven't been able to fill the gap. Folks, there is a huge amount of market cap in this asset. Remember, this was driving the market for quite some time. The AI. This is AI. And it ain't looking really good. And as I said, Nvidia is now breaking down. Nvidia could not break it. Nvidia still believes the deep doo-doo nonsense. This is below the 200-day moving average. That's danger zone. Danger zone. Danger zone. Danger zone. Okay? Big danger zone. Big danger zone. That's bad. That's a big red flag for us. Big red flag for us. What about the rest of the market? Well, S&P is trying to get above the 50-day moving average. You see this? See, so here's what you want to look at today. I'm going to give you a little bit of, I'm going to give you a little dynamics here. The S&P has to get above the 50-day moving average. If you see this rally and get up to the 8-day EMA, the odds are pretty strong that the bond market, let me just go to the bond market real quick. The odds are pretty strong that the bond market is going to start pulling up and volatility will start going down and filling this gap right here. We want to see it fill this gap. Conversely, if you see us bouncing off like it is right now and not breaking through and just making a high right here and going down, then there's a really good chance that we'll see the opposite on bonds and volatility. Now, let me show you something. Look at the equal weighted SPY here. Hold on. One second. Equal weighted SPY broke down yesterday, and right now it's still below the 50-day EMA. I'm sorry, it's not big enough, but here you could see it right here. Look where we're at right now. Similarly, we need to break above. We need to break above. So look at where we're at right now. There's hardly any momentum in the market as a result of this. Now, what about MAGs? Let's look at mega caps. Mega caps, same thing. Look, right at the 50-day moving average. So when you have MAGs, the Magnificent Seven at the 50-day moving average, look at all this crap you have above it. It has to get above 1, 2, 3 VWAPs and 8-day EMA to get above back to this level. We're right at the 50-day moving average, and Nvidia is below the 200-day. That's not good. That's not good. This tells me that we have huge amount of uncertainty right now. What makes you say that, Roger? Well, the fact that we're right bouncing off the 50-day moving average on the S&P 500, on MAGs, look, on MAGs, on RSP. Thank you, Dr. Serena. On RSP, what happens when the market's at 50-day moving average? What does that tell you? There's one word for that. There's one word for that. Uncertainty. Above 50-day, we're bullish. Below 50-day, we're bearish. At 50-day, uncertainty, which is why you're going to be watching the bond market today, and you're going to be watching volatility very, very closely. Okay? Now, what about the Dow Jones? Let's look at the Dow. Below the 8-day, above the 50. Are we going to be coming up above, testing this area here, or are we going to make a high this morning and just come right back down? That's the big question. That's the million-dollar question. What about futures overnight? Let's see what they've been doing. Let's take a look. So we went down, and then we're like right here. So we're starting to come up a little bit. The question is, here, are we going to hold this? This is pretty much the night. We've been moving up, casually moving up, and now we've been kind of moving down, kind of right here, just kind of petering out, not really doing anything. Be cautious, folks. The market has no idea what to do with itself right now. It does not know what to do with itself. It doesn't know if it wants to go up or down. Now, Glenn, this is what I wanted to tell you. The reason the market's at the 50-day line and doesn't know what to do with itself is because how can the market have price discovery when we know there's something's going to happen a month from now, but we don't know what it is and we don't know how they're going to do it, which means the market has to play a guessing game for the next 30 days. Do you know how bad that is for the stock market? Maybe it's great for our negotiations, but it's horrible for the price market because we don't have any finite we don't have a finite we don't have anything we can use price discovery against. So right now, everybody's at a question mark saying, what are we going to do in a month? So what happens is people are going to lower their activity and markets are going to become illiquid because everybody's going to be in a wait and see game for the next month, anticipating what Trump is going to do with Canada and China. So so we are inadvertently, as a result of this, the stock market's going to play a waiting game. And that's not good because liquidity is going to be lower. Okay? Concrete, definite, finite, you guys know what I'm saying. So again, a lot of choppiness. What about momentum levels? What's favoring? Is there a breakout? What's going on momentum? Well, I'm going to show you something interesting. Technology actually started coming back up. Semiconductors, QQQ, Bitcoin, communication. So we are seeing some upside in technology over the last 24 hours. There is some interest in technology, which has begun. I'm hoping that interest will continue moving in light of the fact that NVIDIA is making a 90-day low, which is one of the worst things I could possibly say. Consumer discretionary, interest rate sensitive sectors, mid caps, they're still down here. Blue chips are very much mixed with interest rate sensitive stocks, but technology is trying really hard to rally right now. Boyd says there has to be some tariffs. We need money to pay down federal debt. No other way to get in. That's not my point. My point is we need to know what they're going to be. We need to be able to calculate them. We need to be able to plan. Companies need to hedge themselves. It's not that simple. It's a very, very complex process. It's not just, oh, we're going to tax you 10%. It doesn't work that way. Think about the CFOs. Think about a CFO of a company that may or may not be trading with Canada and China next. Think about a liquor company in the U.S. Think about a tire company in the U.S. Do they need to hedge themselves right now? Do they need to unhedge themselves right now? Do they need to place their order for the next year? Think about how much this is screwing up our chain, our industrial chain. This is very, 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 very bad because it puts us in we know something's going to happen, but we don't know what it is, and therefore we can't anticipate, which means lower liquidity, more choppiness, less congruity, more sloppy trading action, less conviction, less institutional trading action, less money for us, more weekly cash flow. Yes, the market wants certainty. So you understand, Boyd, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. All right. Markets hate uncertainty, so the markets will not get consistently better until things exactly. Yeah, so it's a lot more to it than just, oh, we're going to raise 10%. There has to be procedures. It's very complicated. Yes, of course, Jeff. Jeff, the more uncertainty you have, the less institutional sponsorship you have. The less institutional sponsorship you have, do you think institutions are going to want to hedge themselves now when they don't know what's going to happen a month from now with Canada? No, this is a huge problem. This creates a huge liquidity problem for us. All right. All right. So basically, we are at the 50-day moving average. We are at the 50-day moving average. Intraday, let me give you some levels and I got to get out of here. See, 50-day moving average. We need to know if we're going to go up, down, or are we just going to sit on the 50-day moving average? But this is a definition of uncertainty right here. All right? It's certain there will be tariffs, uncertain as to how much, so your point is valid. Well, thank you, Boyd. Finally, Boyd agrees. All right. Yeah, it's the uncertainty. It's the uncertainty. I don't really mind. We all need to know what's going to happen. Once we know what's going to happen, we can trade. But we don't know what's going to happen right now. Here, this needs to be extended a little bit. Now, you see this, Penny, this is in regards to what you sent me last, if we test this. Keep an eye on this line right here. If the bar comes down and starts testing this area, there's a good chance we'll go down. But if it keeps bouncing off this line, that's positive. We need to go above the 50-day moving average. That's the biggest key. Will tariffs, there will be trickle down effect. Oh yeah. The leaders of the international sandboxes need to start playing well together. Absolutely, JT. Absolutely. That's why yesterday I said what they need to do is come out with a integrative bargaining process and not a distributive bargaining process. The difference between that, anybody who understands negotiations, the difference between that is very, very huge. There you go, Wes. All right, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at. NVIDIA. 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 We have a 90-day breakdown. If we break down the low right here, 113, oh boy. VKTX. I never thought there would be a day I would be giving you a breakdown signal on NVIDIA, but here we are. This is a beauty right here. What a beauty. Look at that. What a beauty. Win. China. Win. Remember, I told you if we break down this line, we have an A line. We just have to break below 82.50, and we have a good A line breakdown taking us all the way. By the way, Las Vegas Sands doesn't look all that much different. That's an A line right there. Just needs to continue breaking down, going all the way down. Although you don't have a lot to work with here. SWK. We need to break a little lower. If we break a little lower, we have a downtrend, like right here, 82.20. I hope you're writing this down. DD, DuPont, got to break below 74, and we have a downtrend. I'm telling you, folks, the market is very iffy right now. Don't go hot and heavy. That's a beautiful, beautiful stock. Not a day trading stock. Too many wicks, but a good swing trading stock. STZ, consumer staples. Consumer staples. Look at consumer staples. That, my friends, is called a breakdown. Nike, yes, Nike. Nike was on my list, Cam. You beat me to it. You beat me to it, my friend. But it has to go above this area right here. It has to go below 73.20. Put the VWAPs on your chart right here. Foot Locker too. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm going to look at it right now just to see if I'm right. Oh yeah, it never fails. Foot Locker and Nike. Now, do you want to day trade this stock? No. Look at how choppy it is. Look at how many wicks it has. But it's a great swing trading stock. China and Foot Locker. IFF. I have a question mark next to this stock, so let me just take a quick look at it. Yes, the stock has to I like the stock a lot. It's very directional, but it has to change direction. It's almost there. So right around 83.50-ish would be good. Good find, Cam. Illinois Toolworks has to break the 200-day. Has to be 250. Has to 250. PCG. Beautiful stock. CMC CSA. Look what happened after it gapped. It continues to gap. It didn't try to recover the gap. That's what the kind of stocks you want. And it's already below the wick. See that? So not a bad stock. And this one. Now this one is interesting. This one got my attention. Folks, when you see NVIDIA and Lennar breaking down, and that's a nice looking breakdown, that's a problem. That's a problem right there. Remember, this was a high flyer. This was the breakout stock that we thought when interest rates were going to go lower and this stock was going to make, and then interest rates went higher. Not good. Not good. That's it for the short side. And again, I could have kept going and going and going. There was a lot of stocks to the short side. I'd rather give you some that are not ready yet, but look good than stocks that could be overdone. Please respect my alert levels that I gave you. Don't think they're not ready just yet. Are you guys ready for the upside? Let's do the upside. And then I got to get out of here. I got to go to work. I actually work. Looks like a good A-line stock. Once it goes above 52.70. Looks like it wants to come right back up here. Very nice trending stock historically, by the way. VRSN, Verizon. I mean, not Verizon. VeriSign. A little overdone right now, a little poppy. I would wait for it to be at the 8-day, but looks good. Not a day trading stock. Too many wicks, but good moving stock. A lot of you, believe it or not, a lot of you have gotten. I know, Boyd, I know, but I got to go. I go to a different office. I know everybody keeps like, you're already working. You've been working for the last 2 hours or an hour and a half. I've been here for already 90 minutes. But I mean, go to the office. Meta. A lot of you, I gave you this stock in the pit yesterday. It was a day trade. We made money. If you did not take profits, you could take profits of $3 this morning or $4 this morning. You're welcome. Who took this trade yesterday? Who took this trade yesterday? Who gave you Meta yesterday in the pit? I still like Walmart a lot. I would wait for it to go to the 8-day and I would probably buy this stock. I like it a lot. This stock was on our. Do you guys remember I gave you this stock as a free stock on a webinar about 3 weeks ago? Kanaka, and you also work after hours and you always give us the messages. I do. Oh, HG did. Nathan did. Mark did. Michael did. Patria did. Eagle. It was a bummer. Why was it you were out. Sorry about that. Rick, Nestor. Good. I'm glad you guys took it. So remember I gave you this stock a few weeks ago? It was a bonus. It was a free trade. It still looks good. The stock still looks good. RTX, a little choppy, but it still looks really good. Look at this stock. A little choppy, but it's still looking good. Still looks like it's got more upside. BTI. This is one of my wife's closest friends' husbands works for this company. Has worked for this. He was like a lifetime employee for this company. Really good stock. British Tobacco. Nice stock breaking out nicely. Defensive stocks breaking out. Consumer staples breaking down. Not a good sign for the market. Cigarettes breaking out is not a great look for the market. Just FYI. You guys gave me this stock yesterday, actually, in my VIP room, and I thank you for it. What do you think about RBRK? I'll take a look at it in a minute, Khalid. Give me a second. I took FLBL, same thing. Good for you, Richard. Good for you. For those that don't know what FBL is, it's a version of Meta that's cheap. You can buy it on the cheap. So Costco, you guys gave me the stock yesterday. I like it a lot. I like this bar. I would like to see it trade higher, but I do like Costco right now. I like Home Depot. I like Costco. I like those stores right now, especially if interest rates start going lower. This is a beauty right here. What a beautiful looking stock, right? I should have bought this yesterday. I'm kicking myself in the ass for not buying this stock yesterday. SFM, Sprouts. This stock used to be on our list all the time, and now it's back on our list. All right, let me give you a few that you guys are calling out. MSTR. Didn't I give MSTR? It's pinched. It doesn't have a clear trend. It's between two major moving averages. So that's a no-go. mRNA. Let's look at Moderna. This stock has been coming out with tons of news lately. This stock looks like a very nice short right now. This looks like a very nice A-line right now. I'd like to see it below 35, 37, so I would wait for it to go down about 30 cents and trade below yesterday's low. Once it trades below yesterday's low, the stock in principle is and it's a very smooth moving stock. I know a few professional traders who love trading this stock, and yes, it is ready to go. Good eye. All right, I got to get out of here. I got to go to work. I actually have to go to work. Let me give you guys some links. I'll be giving you some stocks today at 1 o'clock, and I'll be giving you a whole bunch of seasonality. Somebody's got to go manage Matt. Here's my link to the VIP room at noon today. And by the way, I will be at Customer Service Live from 11 to noon tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun. And let me give you Customer Service Live link. Folks, you don't know the value that we get from Customer Service Live. I send 3/4 of my clients there for just about everything. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Thank you so much. My email is roger@rogerscott.com. Please, please send me a question if you have a specific stock question. Please don't send me customer service questions. I don't know what to do with those. Bye. Have a good day, guys. I'll talk to you in a couple hours from the VIP room, okay? And remember, tomorrow I'll be in customer service live, but they're live every day from 10 to 1 with all the juicy details. And I'll be talking about market internals today in the VIP room. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.